Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 6 p.m. news on Campus Television. We begin right away with our major stories. Students and teachers have celebrated the 17th edition of the Bilingualism Day, marked with different educative activities in different schools this February throughout the national territory, a moment to give importance to French and English languages that unifies Cameroonians. The governor of the Northwest region, Adolphe Lafrique, has encouraged parents and educational stakeholders to send their children to school as he launched activities ahead of the upcoming National Youth Day celebration on the 11th of February 2022. And in sports, the indomitable AFCONs that is ongoing in the country. The Indomitable Lions suffered a painful elimination from the Pharaohs of Egypt by 3-1 on post-match penalties at a crucial semi-finals fixture at the Olympus Stadium in Yaoundé. We will be having analysis of this match in this edition of our newscast. Thanks once more for joining us. Parents, teachers and students have jointly celebrated the National Bilingualism Day, the 17th edition. This was marked with activities carried out in schools like lessons, competitions and the mastery of English and French among students. We have more details of this with Rukfonyo.
This day is a beautiful day. They are very organized, the event. I am very happy because she a important day of the nation, and we can very organized.
The government secondary school of Angisa has joined the rest of the national territory this January 4th, 2022 to celebrate the 17th edition of the Bilingualism Day, a day which promotes national cohesion.
Je trouve que le bilinguisme est très important parce que notre pays est un pays bilingue. Le bilinguisme, nous pouvons aller loin parce que nous pouvons voyager dans plusieurs pays puisqu'il y a des pays qui s'expriment aussi en anglais. Bilingualism is very important. Our country is a bilingual country. We must all speak English and French to promote national integration. With bilingualism, you can find easily a job. You can travel in other countries. With bilingualism, you can express easily yourself in the two official languages of Cameroon.
For some of these students, bilingualism will permit them to attain their goals.
And have a good marks in English. I am reading, I am teaching English because tomorrow I want to be an English teacher. Maybe it's not because I'm in JSA in Francophone school that I cannot be an English teacher. So I'm learning English every day to be a English teacher.
Though a purely French school, many students try as much as possible to speak English.
This day is a beautiful day. They are very organized, the event. I am very happy because she a important day of the nation, and we can very organized.
It is a day when students are encouraged to speak the two official languages.
This is to encourage students of French expression to be able to speak in English. Since Cameroon is bilingual, that is important. Bilingualism helps them to be able to speak in the other language. For example, if you are a Francophone, you will be able to speak English, to express yourself in English. And if you are a Francophone, or if it is a purely French system, you'll be able to speak in English. We encourage the students, not only the students, even the teachers, to be able to express themselves in English. And there are lessons that are being done. For example, we don't encourage the teachers to even teach in class using French when they are teaching English. Even if the students cannot understand, we still encourage them. Even if they speak English that is not correct, we encourage them.
The celebration of this event in this particular campus and many others around Cameroon is marked by activities such as drama, journalism, poem recitation, singing in the French language for English-speaking students and English for the French-speaking students.
We now move over to Betwa, that is in the east region of the country, where activities have been organized to mark the National Bilingualism Day observed this February 4, 2022. After about a week of activities in preparation of this day, students were guided on how to express themselves in both English and French languages. We have more with Roquefonio.
Bilingualism, a catalyst of social cohesion in the context of decentralization, is the theme for the 17th edition of the National Day for Bilingualism.
We have taken time to equip our audience to understand what bilingualism does, what role or what importance bilingualism plays in the fight against the crisis running us, against misunderstandings. You know that the goal and the purpose of the government is to see all citizens live in peace.
An opportunity for Cameroonians to celebrate the virtue of bilingualism in schools in the East region. Here, we ought to give a chance to children through these activities to speak either English for Francophones and French for the Anglophones. That is the global objective. In order to better celebrate bilingualism, activities have been organized in the Temple of Knowledge in the town of Betwa. This year, activities are better than last year. They went through the process of semi-finals and only the best of the various pools were chosen. They are bilingual and their activities are centered on the theme of the day. Through this ceremony, Cameroonians are expected to speak and master these two languages, French and English, the vector for social cohesion.
We now move over to Bamenda, where the governor of the Northwest region, Adolphe Lele-Lafrique, has encouraged educational stakeholders and parents to send their children to school. He was speaking yesterday while launching activities ahead of the National Bilingualism of the Day observed this day. We have details with Radinase.
Special during this year's launch was the signing of the national anthem by repented separatist fighters now living at the Bamenda DDR Center.
The major theme of this celebration is the mobilization of the youth to volunteer in helping the nation face the major challenges in a context where our region has been given a special status, and at the moment, after the implementation of that special status through a new leadership of those institutions in the region, there is now in the Northwest region the chairman of the Regional Assembly, the PIC, Public Independent Conciliator, the president of the House of Chiefs. Those are new institutions that has to allow with government institutions to face the major challenges we are having in this region this time around, counting on the youth population to rally behind those institutions given by the special status to help us bring back long-lasting peace and normalcy in the Northwest region.
Presided over the ceremony by Northwest Governor Adolphe Lele-Lafrique, who congratulated the educational stakeholders for the massive turnout of students this year in Bamenda.
I would like to mobilize the parents and the school community to help the administrative authorities, the municipal authorities, traditional authorities, and school authorities to mobilize our children back to school. The huge mobilization of today is to be congratulated. I would like therefore to seize the opportunity to congratulate all the stakeholders, starting for the teachers, the parents, and the authority of the youth and civic education.
Dance groups from various schools in Bamenda animated the event as the governor took out time to visit all the stands where craft works were in display. The event ended with a football encounter between GBHS Bamendankwe and GTHS Canadankwen, where GBHS Bamendankwe emerged victorious.
We remain in the northwest region of Cameroon, where the mayor of the city of Bamenda, Paul Achombong, has imposed a compulsory cleanup every Monday that has been instituted by separatist fighters in that part of the country as ghost town. He is struggling to see that this ghost town is completely eradicated and the town should become very busy. We have details with BrigadeAntiSardinard.
The Bamenda City Council has embarked on a move to improve city dwellers in the collection of garbage from the neighborhoods of the town. The operation, to start February 7th, 2022, which is a Monday, comes amidst the challenges faced by waste management company Fcfa in properly collecting waste in the community. The City Council Mayor Paul Achombong says the initiative is on the backdrop of a series of meetings with the various quarter heads of the Bamenda City Council area. According to him, the cleanup campaign will start effectively on Monday, February 7th from 7 a.m. to midday, and all business places will remain closed. Mayor Paul Achombong says the campaign is coming at a time when many more cases of cholera are being recorded in some parts of the country. The move, however, is seen by others as an attempt to get traders and shop owners out of their houses on Monday, which have come to be known as ghost town days over the past years. All other moves by government officials, including threats, have failed to get shopkeepers and entrepreneurs effectively run their businesses in the town on Monday for fear of separatist fighters. Since the start of the Anglophone crisis, Mondays have always been respected as a ghost town or sit-home strike day, where business owners close down their shops and schools do not open their doors. The initiative by the city mayor is to completely put an end to the traditional ghost town implemented by separatist fighters.
And we now talk sports, where the indomitable Lions of Cameroon have been crushed out of the semi-finals encounter by the Pharaohs of Egypt during yesterday's semi-final match at the Olembe Stadium here in Yaoundé. We have more details with Isaac Ngonku.
Indomitable Lions of Cameroon, their fans and supporters from far and near after their semi-final debacle at the Olembe Stadium in Yaoundé this Thursday, 3rd February 2022. It is hard for many a Cameroonian to believe that the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon will not play the final of the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations, talk less of lifting the most coveted trophy on the continent on home soil this Sunday. After putting up a beautiful spectacle in 120 minutes, Vincent Aboubakar, Karl Toko Ekambi, Zambo Anguissa, Nuhu Tolo, Andre Onana, Fai Collins, Jean-Charles Castelletto, Nicolas Mumingamalu, and Martin Hongla, just to mention these few, failed to light up the Olembe Stadium in particular and Cameroon as a whole with a goal that could make the difference. They squandered so many goal-scoring opportunities despite standing tall and stopping Mohamed Salah and teammates from causing any danger on the Cameroonian side. Unfortunately, in a very painful manner, the Indomitable Lions fell short of managing the huge pressure during the penalty shootout. Even though Aboubakar Vincent scored the first kick for Cameroon, misses from substitutes. Harold now comes Sunday, February 6, 2022. It will be Senegal's second consecutive final and Egypt's quest for an 8th continental title. Cameroon, on her part, will look forward to consolation when they take on the Stallions of Burkina Faso in the classification match this Saturday, 5th February 2022 at the Amadou Ahidjo Stadium in Yaoundé.
We now take you out of the country, where the Economic Community of West Africa have maintained the sanction on Burkina Faso, prohibiting them from all ECOWAS activities. This decision was arrived at during an emergency meeting that took place in Accra, Ghana. We have details with Sharadin in this report.
The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, is calling for a return of constitutional order in Burkina Faso. The body held an emergency meeting on Thursday in Accra, Ghana, to medicate the next course of action following the coup in Burkina Faso last month and the situation in Mali and Guinea, where the militaries also seized power. ECOWAS, however, did not place further sanctions on Burkina Faso. Jean-Claude Cassibrou, ECOWAS Commission President, said they have demanded immediate release without the condition of President Roch-Marc Christian Kabore, and because he resigned, they felt there is absolutely no reason to maintain him. He added that they have decided that they want to see a very quick timetable for the return of constitutional order. The summit focused on the emerging threats in the West African region that stem from the military interference in Mali and its contagious influence in Guinea and Burkina Faso. Nevertheless, according to Jean-Claude, they cannot solve the problem and they will not solve the problem because they have seen it in the past. It will create and bring more problems. In the last 18 months, soldiers have grabbed power in Mali, Guinea and Burkina Faso. Despite international pressure for a return to constitutional rule, none of the military rulers have yet to organize new elections.
We still remain out of the country away. Decades of European military intervention in Mali have begun to unravel. And in Kenya, the public ministry have organized a campaign on intensive vaccination for a period of 2 weeks against the deadly coronavirus pandemic. This in this report with Ruth Fonyo.
Will European troops be forced out of Mali? Tensions grow in Mali's military government as France and Germany consider withdrawing soldiers. A decade of European military interventions in Mali is starting to unravel. Last week, the military government in the capital Bamako ordered Danish soldiers to leave immediately. Now it has expelled the French ambassador to Mali after France's foreign minister called the ruling generals illegitimate and out of control. France is considering withdrawing soldiers and Germany's commitment is also in doubt. Kenya's Ministry of Health launched a mass vaccination drive on Thursday, aiming to vaccinate at least 1 million people daily for the next 14 days. Speaking while launching the drive in Nairobi, the Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kangwe reiterated that vaccination remains optional, although those seeking government services must be vaccinated. There is no mandatory vaccination, said Kangwe, but we are also saying because she has been vaccinated, she is protecting people, she is protecting her family. If she wants to come to my office tomorrow, she can come because I am protected. But if she was not vaccinated, please give me a call. Don't come. Kangwe directives received similar appraisal from the World Health Organization, with Dr. Juliet Nabwanga maintaining that it was the responsibility of everyone to protect each other. Many who arrived to receive the jab were from nearby technical colleges who had been told that their courses couldn't be taken online because they were more practical. The vaccine continues to be administered free of charge across all government health facilities in Kenya. Guinea-Bissau President Umaru Sissoco Embalo visits the scene of the attack on him in the attempted coup that left 11 people dead and calls on the people to stop the provocation and trust the investigation committee and the justice system. The army has launched a vast operation, including at the headquarters of the government, according to a military official, to find the commanders and protagonists of the coup attempt. Heavily armed men on Tuesday afternoon surrounded government buildings in the capital Bissau, where Embalo and his prime minister were believed to be attending a cabinet meeting. On Wednesday, life was slowly returning to the streets of Bissau as shops and banks reopened, according to AFP correspondents. Soldiers were patrolling the streets, however, and also blocked access to the Palace of Government complex where the attack took place. The military source said a commission of inquiry had launched a vast dragnet, adding that military intelligence agents were gathering information at government government headquarters. Guinea-Bissau, a coastal state of around 2 million people lying south of Senegal, has suffered 4 military coups since independence from Portugal in 1974, its most recent in 2012. In 2014, the country vowed to return to democracy, but it has enjoyed little stability since, and the armed forces wide substantial cloud. Guinea-Bissau suffers from endemic corruption and is known as a hub for cocaine trafficking between Latin America and Europe. They were joined on Wednesday by France, which slammed the coup attempt and voiced respect for the constitutional order and support for the democratic institutions.
That report brings us to the last edition of our weekly English Prime News on Camdis Television. But before we go, a recap of our major stories. Teachers and students have celebrated the 17th edition of the Bilingualism Day, marked with different educative activities in different schools this 4th of February 2022 throughout the national territory. A moment to give importance to French and English languages that unifies Cameroonians. The governor of the Northwest region, Adolphe Lele-Lafrique, has encouraged parents and educational stakeholders to send their children to school as he launched activities ahead of the National Youth Day celebration observed this day. And in sports, the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon suffered a painful elimination from the Pharaohs of Egypt by 3-1 on post-match penalties at a crucial semi-finals fixture at the Olympic Stadium in Yaoundé yesterday, February 3rd, 2022. Thanks for watching. Do not go away. At exactly 8 p.m. Chantal Eyao will be bringing you news in the French language. Have a blessed weekend.